Okay.
All right, we're going.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
happening.
We got to get a new intro, though. What's the intro?
I don't know, we're live, though.
Huh.
Welcome to the show. Was that loud? Shit.
I love it.
HFFL! We're back, baby.
We are back and with a vengeance. I'll tell you what a different world it is from just a year ago. How could you not get so excited for HFFL 2020 when you get that open and the montage before and just seeing the trophy and how much love everybody has for it? It's just tremendous, tremendous league. I send out the Taj, to my buying team, in TJ's, and I'll tell you, the guy's like, I gotta join the podcast.
No way.
So, of course, you got it. So, and then just the other reason as to why everybody should just be so intense and excited is half the games in week 1, half were decided by under 10 points. Half the games. There's a ton of parity this year, and then there's another one that was under 13 or something like that. So there's a ton of parity this year. Nobody's running away. It's only week one, and I tell you, very impressive outing by the winners, and we'll get to that, but by Mike C, particularly, Mabruk on the points leader. That's a crazy gas. I just quick paid him $400. $400. That's a lot of money. But very intense, very exciting. Anybody's league, and we're pumped. I'm here with co-commissioners Jakey DeWeck over there in the room, pre-pro, just doing everything, statting it up. Unbelievable. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, no, it was a great week 1. Mike definitely ran away with that week. Phenomenal, really phenomenal week he had. But I think we saw that coming in. I think a big theme that we have is you are what we thought you are. We saw this coming in. We said these are the teams that we think were good. These are the teams that we think were shit. And I think that came to fruition a little bit. But of course, matchups matter. Who each team plays matters, and who each player matters. So are we overreacting a little bit here and there? We might be, but could you hear me? Are we good?
Could hear you, and I'm totally with you. I was going to ask you something to that point of we are who we thought they were, with the exception of, I'd say, in Irving. That's Zeke keeps posting the Irv got best draft, and he put up a dud. But that's not really going to be what it is,
Right. So I think I want to just explain this once and for all on this best draft thing. Irv had a good draft. I'm not saying he didn't, but the way that Yahoo figures this out is they just literally take a team and they amortize it by matchups over the course of the year. So a team like, say, Eshab, who decided not to draft a kicker or a defense, loses 20 points a week, and his projections are terrible, and everybody who he's playing gets that win. So there's something to say to that, and guys lose points for that. But at the end of the day, I do think Irving had a good draft. I just think he had a poor showing.
Okay. And also, just 1 week in, there's things to talk about, but we don't really understand whose team is whose, and what each one's going to do until at least week 3, I want to say. You just want to keep it close, keep it tight. A lot of action in that first week where you had, some people just really not showing up on people's teams. Studs that really just laid duds. So, I really want to pick your brain, Ogre. I'm gonna send it to you here on the Studs and Duds segment. Do you think Saquon Barkley, your boy, stud of studs, you think this dud that he dropped on, all he does is keep high-stepping. Ridiculous. Just run the ball. Run through a team. You think he's going to have a duddy performance? How do you think he's going to shake out?
No, I think he's going to perform as the number 2 pick that he should have been, if they were to draft, obviously. But I think he played a really tough defense in Pittsburgh. And I think whichever running back plays the Steelers in the future has a tough matchup.
It's crazy. When did the Steelers become like this vaunted run defense? They could really lock it down. Huh?
Last year, I rode them out. I rode out the Steelers in fantasy. They were amazing.
Unbelievable. So that's a stud that Ogre doesn't think is going to have a problem. What do you think, Jake Starr?
I disagree. Watching that game, I agree that Pittsburgh has a good, good front seven. I agree that Pittsburgh played well. Bud Dupree was great. T.J. Watt was all over the field. Yes, as usual, as to expect it. But they're going to stack the box against this team and dare Daniel Jones to beat them. That is what's going to happen with the Giants. The offensive line is better, but still not good. I mean, I think we all saw that. And I don't think he's going to have room to do much. Daniel Jones also hasn't been great at dropping off passes. So I haven't seen a little dink and dunk really working with Saquon so well, even though the guy's great at catching the ball. I think he's arguably the most talented running back in the league. I just don't think fantasy-wise he's going to do it until Daniel Jones gets going, and it shows that that has to happen. So that's my opinion.
Rapid fire: Saquon Barkley ends RB what this year?
11.
Wow! You think he's going to be a dud? Wow!
Top 10, which is amazing because Mike's team is that good. Where even without that, you know what I mean. Mike's team, even without Saquon, was his best pick. The guy who won points. How crazy!
So let's spend a little time on Mike C. Angry Aaron, dismantles Eshab, Ed Guy, Trader Ed. But, Ed didn't have a tough showing, putting up a 125.5. He should be very, very, pleased with that showing. Just for week one, knows what he has. Let's look at both teams quickly.
Listen, Mike got lucky, of course. I mean, the reason why I think his team is strong is because he had so many guys underperforming. He still, Joe Mixon and Saquon combined for under 15 points. I don't know what it was exactly, but it wasn't good. Higbee wasn't playing well, so he just, he still managed to put things together. So that was what was impressive to me.
The Ridley Rodgers combination, and all the banter before the season was these guys are guys to get. Calvin Ridley's the guy to own in Atlanta. So what did I do? I'm not owning him. What are you talking about? And Aaron, I think that's a bit of an aberration. However, everybody's riding this. He's angry, and hence Angry Aaron. He has a chip on his shoulder. We understand. Who I really think is going to come to play with it for him is A.J. Green. That was a bullshit pass interference call. Bengals end up losing the game outright. Can't even believe it. Really ridiculous. Joey B needs those 5 points, and then it's a different story. But, I really think A.J. Green is where it's at. J-Mo Crowder, everybody also, he had a lot of pre-draft hype, and he's really going to be service. He's going to have these games. Sejuana with a 9, not really so duddy, even though he's a dud, And then Joe Mixon, trouble at 4.5. Tyler Higbee at 5.5. And Jimmy G, the most frustrating 18. I'm sure, Mike, I'd love to have this guy call in, but that's got to be the most frustrating 18 you had to see. I thought the guy had like a 10, But, and then he's got great on special teams. So, everybody really, he only had, two guys that did, 2 to 4 guys, no, 2 guys that really didn't show up under 5, But, yeah, this is a good team. I think QB problems might be, apparent. Actually, maybe not QB problems.
He had a lot of big plays at the end of the day. You know what I mean? He had a lot of big plays. So even like Garoppolo's 18, I think like 9 of those, at least 7, 8 of those points were on that little Mostert dump off. So sure. He had a lot of big plays. Now he had big playability. That's great. But
I like his bench also, though, J-Dog. Galladay, Debo when he gets healthy. Benny Snell Jr., he has a diamond in the rough there because James Conner just can't stay healthy. Yeah. Oh boy, has Keskisi need to be frustrated.
All right, I like what you were doing with guys underperforming. Who else do we have underperforming, Dan?
Oh, sure. Also, let's go to Ed Guy's team. Also, we'll do a little segment on everybody. But the other guy, do we need to worry about Michael Thomas? Now that he has the high ankle, he has the high ankle sprain. He'll be out at least 3 weeks. Does he come back strong?
Michael Thomas will definitely be back. Yeah.
Strong? Not with this 2.5 nonsense?
You know what? Saquon Barkley last year had the high ankle sprain, the same exact thing. He was out about a month and a half.
Yeah.
He came back one game.
And was he good?
He was on fire. Dude,
he was on fire? Jake, is this legit?
Look at him.
Was he on fire?
I don't remember Saquon ever being on fire. I'm not gonna lie. He was good, better than he was in the beginning, but I don't think he was ever on fire. I wouldn't worry about Michael Thomas when he comes back. I would worry about him coming back.
I'm saying, do you think he gets back in 3 weeks? Do you think he comes back in 3 weeks?
He needs a month and a half. No, he needs 6 weeks.
Needs 6 weeks.
That I can't say. Yeah.
6 weeks. So let me ask you this: can my team stay? Let's not make it all about me. It's me. But can this team stay afloat without Michael Thomas for 6 weeks?
Let me take a look. Yeah.
Look at this fire here. December. It's a nice December.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley's stat line in December: 112 yards, 2 TDs, 189 yards, 1 TD, 92 yards, 1 TD down the stretch.
But yeah, he had the high ankle sprain all here. He's terrible, and he played through it. Very annoying.
Right.
Whatever.
So you definitely have some depth at receiver, which was good. Marvin Jones is serviceable. He's a serviceable 3, but you have 2 3s and a 1.5 for Juju. So I think that would be okay. I think, and it's funny because he had a 21.5. I think Alvin Kamara completely underperformed. I think he will be better. Guy had like 15 rushing yards, which was like a joke what he had, and he did get carries. He had 12 carries. He got some action in the receiver. He was saved by touchdowns. His week was saved by touchdowns. I watched that game. He didn't play well. I don't think if you watch, I don't think he thought he played great. But he looked like he had a pep in his step. You know what I mean? Like I think you're gonna get a lot more out of him, especially without Michael Thomas. I think he's going to be the reason why you're going to be okay. Plus, of course, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, we thought he was going to take over by week 4, and now he's taking over by week 1. That injury to Mac was huge. Obviously, Hines is going to be a factor. He's the new Eckler. But even when Eckler was on the Chargers and playing well, Melvin Gordon was playing well as well also. So Jonathan Taylor, I think, is going to play great. Hayden Hurst, I don't know. That team was just a weird team, but they were all wide receivers this week, so I don't know what to think with that team. But you have some depth. I think the Sammy Watkins pickup was a good pickup. He's a very frustrating player because he's inconsistent, but he's a good player.
Okay, for no dollars.
He could put up a 20 at any time, but he could also put up 1 at any time. So he's just the inconsistency is going to be there, and it's that's going to be hard. But yes, he's definitely a good player to have to plug in. So I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay. You have a pretty deep team.
Okay. Let's go to who's the Nick Chubb owner? Who's the Nick Chubb owner in the bunch? Because that was also a dud.
Who? Randy and Sam.
Wow, and they won, dude. They won. That's not them. Wow, these guys have Nick Chubb, and they put up 140. Wow. Okay, listen. I really love this team. Chubby with a 4.5. Let's first start out with Chubb. Do we think Chubb's gonna be? Is he gonna come? Rapid fire. Nick Chubb ends RB what?
10.
Jakey.
That's high, I guess.
I think that's too high. I think 15.
Yeah, I think that's a little high.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like 15, 14, like that. I think 10. You're happy. He's an RB. That's an RB1. You know. I think he's more like 16, 17. You're right. 16. I want to say 17. RB 17.
Kareem Hunt is going to play a major role in this offense. That wasn't clear at the end of this last year. It's quite clear now.
But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this team a little. Raheem Mostert. That guy. All that guy does is perform. It's crazy. Ride this guy forever. Raheem Mostert, unbelievable player.
Yeah, and he was five yards away from hitting the bonus and having a crazy day. What was interesting about Mostert, which they called out the stat. I didn't know he was that fast. It was like that would have been the fastest touchdown of all of last year. So he has that speed, which I didn't know.
To turn a corner.
And he's definitely a good player. So that was a steal. That was a steal. Obviously, it's week 1. But without Tevin Coleman didn't get much, and this guy's a crybaby. He's talking about the air quality, so he didn't want to play. So he's definitely a limp. Murray should pick him up. And then you have the lack of having Breda there just is helping him. So you're seeing that. And this team is
a great team.
Great team. You got Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, best tight end in the league. Mark Andrews.
Yep, and he's got his quarterback throwing to him. What a ridiculous quarterback.
Score. All this guy does is score.
Crazy. Then he has Lamar. We're not even shame on us for not even starting with Lamar. He's got Lamar and Minshew. What a tandem. This guy This guy is legit, and I'm happy for this team. They did it.
How about this? I think Lamar had a bad week.
Nah, 28's not can't be a bad week. Wow, that's what you're saying. That's his floor even.
That's how amazing. That's how amazing he is. You know what I'm saying? That's
3 pass TDs for 275 and 45 rush yards. What a machine. Jesus.
The guy's unbelievable.
AJ Brown doesn't need to do much for you, but you know he was silent. DJ Chark's the man. DK Metcalf.
I think
Yeah.
Brown and Chark are disappointing, though, wouldn't you say, Dan?
Yeah, Chark got his day saved from that TD catch. Yes. So yeah, there's the only question mark on this team. Good point. The real question mark on this team is the receiving core.
And there's no depth. There's really no depth to this team. I mean, I love Scotty Miller. He's the greatest receiver in the history of the world. But there's really not a lot of depth on this team. So
Scotty Miller's the Tampa Bay guy. The guy was money, you know. 9.5 there.
And I love Zach Moss too, but at Buffalo running back, it's just not exciting.
He's Brady's Edelman, Miller.
But I think you see this team contend if their receivers could could show up.
Trubisky, I fucking knew Trubisky.
Oh yeah, I think Minshew's good for Minshew's floor is like a 15 every week. So this guy, and he can put up a 30 in any week. So I mean, he's going to be really consistent in that QB2 spot, which helps with Lamar. They're going to get 45 points a week from their QBs. That's huge. I mean, they got 45 this week, but 40 to 50 a week is phenomenal.
When you really think about this general manager tandem, when you think about Mark Andrews and you highlight him as being one of the X factors, he's serving as a receiver. 2 TDs, etc. You move that to a team that owns Ertz or Kittle. Who owns Ertz? There's a big dud. Irving.
Maybe not. I don't know. Irving owned them last year. I don't know.
That's the next team that we go to because that's the next stud.
One big factor that we're forgetting there is there's the Eddie Randy Sam factor. These guys are losers. They're losers.
Yeah.
So
and they always make a move. They're not
going to even have to make a move. Just something's just going to happen. They might even make the playoffs, but think about it. Last year, and Eddie pointed this out, and he was right. They had the 2 biggest disappointments in the league going into last year with Odell and Baker, right? Spent a ton of money on those 2, and they still made the playoffs.
And now you shift to Odell. Let's really talk about it. That's a stud that laid a dud. Let's shift to Kaskisi, DK's team. Because
I don't want to spend more than about 30 seconds on this disaster of a team. This is disgusting.
Wow, Rojo Mojo, really? And I was telling him pre-draft that he had some tough performances. It
looks like he has some tough weeks ahead.
He still barely cracked 100. This is a terrible team.
Oh my god.
Looks like he has some tough weeks ahead. His quarterbacks are strong.
His quarterbacks are, I think, the best tandem in the league. Can we say that?
His quarterbacks are very strong. I don't know if they're the best tandem, but they're definitely top 2 or 3. Okay. But if you combine the points of the rest of the guys, I think the next 6 guys don't total 30.
This is one of those teams where you gotta be, if you're a general manager of it, you gotta be like, not much trade. You just gotta say, okay, it's 1 week. Let's see what it is after 2 weeks. If it's this bad after the second week, panic. If it's not, and listen, at the end of the day, OBJ needs to fucking do something. And Tyler Lockett, that's really what you're going to get from Tyler. 13,
Yeah.
92 for 8, or, his best game is 8 for 92 plus a touchdown. Like a 19 is his ceiling. Jay?
Yeah, he can score. He can go 19, 20. He can do that. I think his wide receivers are the key to his season. Because Odell and Cooper have potential. And if
I think his RBs.
I think Cup is great. I think those are the key. I think his running backs are disgusting. And that's what's really dragging him down. I mean, Connor I don't know what David was saving his money for the entire draft. He just kept saving and saving. He left with $10, and he left with probably the worst running back tandem in the league. With the worst running back tandem in the league. So Connor, even without his injury, wasn't running well, and he's just not a great player. And Ingram, he was a touchdown guy. They drafted Dobbins, who scored 2 touchdowns, and we knew that that's what he was going to do. So I mean, I just think his running backs are really bad. Ronald Jones was bad luck because now he was supposed to be the bell cow, but I think he just didn't draft any running backs.
Well, he's got 3 very strong quarterbacks. He's got to change. He's got to make a trade.
But nobody's in the market for a Kirk Cousins, I don't think.
Why not?
He's going to stand on somebody else's bench. He's not dynamic.
Well, he puts up the points.
Cousins terrible.
Okay, this team is horrible. Next.
No, 1 second. I just want to spend a little more time on this one in a what would you do segment. Jakey, we know Ogre's saying trade. If you're Rojo Mojo's GM, what do you do? Who you going out and getting for who?
His value right now is at an all-time low. I mean, unless he wants to trade, he could trade Ben or Russell, but I don't think anyone's gonna. Right now, I think this week one, all the quarterbacks pretty much played well for the most part. Not that many quarterbacks disappointed. I think quarterbacks overall played well.
We alluded before the show to Wentzy. Wentzy, we didn't like his performance out of 13.
We didn't like Wentz. Yeah, we didn't like Wentz. His best chance is maybe with a guy like HFFL who loves to trade. We know that, and whose quarterback play is subpar. So maybe it's trade. He did it last year. He traded. Listen, he traded Saquon and he got a ton of depth. Could he do that with Russell Wilson? I mean, quarterbacks don't have the same value as a running back, but he might be able to get something for it. Listen, I don't think. I wouldn't run and make. I would wait another week and hope that somebody performs so you can get the value back of these guys. Odell's value is 0.
Yeah. Let's see where we are. After week 2. I see, but this team looks in trouble right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Kaskisi makes a move. Looks to make a move before kickoff Thursday night. That's a storyline that I'm excited to watch and see. And then let's go to. I guess let's go to Matthews's and let's start.
This is also another train wreck. This is crazy.
Another tough team. I think Ogre has a bit of a bias, in hating Zeke. But D Watts and he didn't start a second QB.
No, he's
did
not
that in
He's holding Tua to a little blow.
Thinking that he was a starter. Everybody kept telling him that he's not. He just didn't listen to anybody. But that's Zeke being Zeke,
Gurley in his flex, didn't wow anybody. This is a passing team. He's going to have to score on like a screen pass. Evans just quiet. Amari, I don't know. He's not even the guy. It's like Gallup. But I'm saying Amari's going to get his. He was good. But just no explosiveness here. Everybody just had mediocre times.
And he's getting hit with the injury bug. You got Evans and Bell and Kittle. He's rough. Cooper's always banged up and.
Yeah, the injuries are definitely bad. Listen, his QB1 obviously is good, and we'll play better than that. His David Johnson plays like this. I think Zeke's okay because I think Amari, that guy got 14 targets. He's going to play better. That offense is going to play better. Mike Evans obviously was hurt coming in. He had a touchdown, but now he was hurt. And Diggs showed a lot. He got 9 targets. I mean, they're looking for him.
Yeah.
So I think that his receivers are pretty solid. I think if David Johnson can play like this, which he looked good. He really did look good. And you have Gurley as your 2. I don't think it's that bad of a team. He obviously
but Le'Veon's a problem.
Le'Veon's a problem. Le'Veon is a need. He just picked up, I think, Haskins as his QB. So he's going to stick Haskins in for week 2. Le'Veon's going to go to the bench, and he's going to have a Gurley David Johnson.
I like that backfield. I'm not such a David Johnson fan. But it seems as though, if he's going to get how many rush attempts did he have for the 77 yards? 11. Yeah. So he's going to make the most of his. That's like that's a rushing average of 7, per carry. 7 yards per tote.
I feel like he's going to have a lot of dud games though, and more than games.
More duds than studs. That's really the theme. Who's going to have more studs than dud performances?
You got Cooper. Cooper is going to perform 40 one week, and then the next week he's going to put up a 2, or the next week he's going to push.
As Jakey alludes to, consistency. Who could do it most consistent? That's why he was such a juggernaut. Isaac's team last year, just every fucking week, it would just beat you down, and I still can't beat this motherfucker. Still can't beat this guy.
Can we go to Isaac's team? Let's go there.
Absolutely. But I also don't want to lose sight of, one of the highest, awesomest matchup assists was JB against Ogre. 2 commissioners on this going blow for blow. But let's go to Isaac. I hear you.
Okay.
So Matty Staffy and Cam Newton. This guy Cam, because I hated him so much emotionally, I didn't want to touch him. And the guy's a running back and a quarterback. He's a QB/RB.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tough matchup this week against Seattle.
Yeah, 15 attempts, but like Ogre saying, he played Miami. Let's remember that.
And Matt Ryan just made Mechie out of Seattle. Mechie. 54 attempts. He had 600 yards passing.
That was back and forth.
That was back and forth. So I don't know why all of a sudden Seattle's going to be able to stop New England. I mean, I know they're not a great offense, but I don't know, but I hear. You're
They
right.
got a good
You're
defense.
right.
They got Josh Adams and
Then
Jamal Adams.
Then they got Kelsey, who all he does is always has a touchdown. Always. No?
Yeah, he's
He's
a
a machine. He's a performer.
Yep.
Melvin and C-Mac, you know, he's much like the Kamara game, I want to say, you know. I was also thought I was holding him down, but a 25.5 holding him down. You know, the guy's legit. He has a crazy floor.
But he also ran for almost 100 yards. I mean, he was running the ball. He's the whole offense was just scary. Bridgewater really did not look good. But I wouldn't worry about McCaffrey at all. Like you said, 25.5. His receivers are the problem. I mean, clearly his receivers we knew coming in were not good. Hollywood Brown, we said, you know, potential to be great.
Turned the corner.
5 for 100, beautiful. You know, that's his game. I don't think he's going to do much more than that. But McLaurin's a good player. His quarterback's holding him back a little bit. And he's got to find the three. I mean, Mecole Hardman was a weird start coming in. I guess he thought that would be a shootout. But he picked up Preston Williams, who had a lot of targets last week, and he's got a chance this week. So, you know, they're always a solid team. This is always a solid team. And,
Always.
You know,
They're good managers also, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Isaac's
managers,
a very
solid
good
team.
manager. He makes these weird pickups.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. You know, got a cheap win here. Other team didn't show up, and you know, you go from there. You take it. You know, speaking of not deserving W's, and I'm not saying usual suspects didn't deserve it because they put up a 126, so you deserve it there. But you know who didn't deserve it? Our favoriteest personist Everest, Allo. You know, didn't deserve it.
Neither of these teams
Didn't deserve. Actually, no, he put up a 115. I don't know. No, but you got to be 120 and higher.
Where'd these points come from? It's crazy.
Dalvini and Kyler.
It's crazy.
And Tannehill. He ended up getting salvaged a little by Tannehill at the end there, putting up almost 20. But yeah, his receivers also are really tough. I mean, it was a funny year. It was a deep year at receiver, but certain teams picked up a lot of them, and other teams just figured they try and get lucky. Allo kept voting for himself. The biggest steal of the draft is Boyd. You know, relax, Allo. He's not the biggest steal of the draft. You know?
Joe Burrow also has to get him the ball. Yeah, terrible.
You know?
But maybe Boyd does it. But
No, Boyd's good, but he's going to put up fives. This is the offense. He has a rookie quarterback, and he's going to put up fives. That's just the way that's the way I see that. Ty is hurt a lot by Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers cannot throw the ball downfield, and he's going to be hurt a lot by Rivers because Ty is still a great player. So he's going to have a tough time, I think. But,
great job by him not getting lulled to sleep on the Baker start, and starting the right guy in Tanny, prime time, Monday night, I'd probably be lulled to sleep and say Baker, but Baker's droppable in all formats. That guy's a piece of shit. That guy sucks. Really, really sucks.
If you think of it as a great call, that play, that start won him the week. He won by, what did he win by, 8.5, Allo?
No, he won by 14. No, he won by like 20, no?
Allo? No, Allo won by... Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Fucking LeBron
I feel better though. I'm happy I didn't win him the week.
But it's still a good. It's a good managerial thing. I think he's also deep at running back. Dalvini, Kenyon Drake, and I think J.K. Dobbins is legit. In my opinion. And I think
legit.
What?
Kareem Hunt is legit, man. Kareem Hunt is legit. They played Baltimore, but Kareem Hunt is legit.
Kareem Hunt's too legit to quit.
Yeah, he has a deep team. He has a deep team, just not a great team, but it's a deep team. I think he can package some guys, make some trades, and really.
Yeah, he's deep at running back. He could use those as weapons, absolutely. Yeah. And he has a win under his belt. He's 1-0. You got to be feeling.
A receiver. That's a trade that has to happen.
But you can't really trade with DK. But DK is a great partnership for Allo. Great partnership. They love They love helping each other out. Love. So we'll see how that shakes out. I think that's a great trade marriage there. I think overall, Kyler, I really wanted him before the draft. I think Kyler's tremendous. And it's just a matter of, I think, QB2 question. And the Jonnu Smith is a sneaky one, too. The guy's good. Yeah. Jonnu Smith is good. So overall, I really do like Allo's team. He just, I don't think he necessarily deserved this week's win, But you win, you win. So, we go from there. Who's the next guy that didn't deserve it?
He played Earth. Should we just go to Irv here?
Yeah, go to Irv. Go to Irv.
So
Mahomes
Irv is the guy.
that's his floor, 22.
Irv is a prime don't panic guy. That's a prime don't panic candidate. Miles Sanders not starting. Boston Scott, yeah, you want to get excited about him, but whatever. His receivers just didn't show up. Mahomes had a quiet 22. Mahomes 22 that's a bad week. That's really is a bad week for Mahomes. That's a bad week for Mahomes. I think if I'm Irv, I like what I see out of Daniel Jones. Evan Ingram is his problem. Fine, you can figure out a tight end. It's not the end of the world. The only thing I'd be worried about right now is Keenan Allen's rapport with Tyrod. That's the only thing. Other than that, I think this guy's team is fun.
It's gonna take some time. Keenan and Tyrod's gonna take some time, if anything. It's not easy. It's not easy to change QBs and pick up where you left off. I think that's a bit of an issue. But Evan Ingram, I think, is also not going to be a one guy. But so I'm not so worried about him from that position standpoint. But he had a brutal game just in general. Henry's perfect. I think he has an RB2 problem for sure. I don't know who Boston Scott is. I know everybody else knows who that fucking guy is, but he's not Darren Sproles 2.0. This guy's a poor man's Darren Sproles at best.
Yeah, but he has Miles Sanders coming back this week. Miles
okay,
Sanders
there it is.
He's the RB2.
I thought it was a lingering gas, possibly for Miles. He's coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back this week. He's already back. Yeah.
Noted.
He's
okay, he's back.
Yeah.
So I like his RB2. I like his RB2.
Yeah,
okay.
When you have a running back that's getting 30 plus carries in 2020, it's a good feeling. I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. For sure. And then going to was there anybody else that we think didn't deserve it there? Oh, let's go to this one. These are the only two people. I don't think we did plotters either. Correct?
We didn't do plotters.
Excited to pop plotters. We did Matthews's. We did. Okay. So let's go to plotters first. We'll go to what you did before. I like
the matchup scales?
Yeah, the matchup scales.
All his points came from 2 blocks.
Devontae, that's just going to be his floor. I think his floor is 37. This guy's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. 14 receptions for 156 yards and 2 receiving TDs.
It's insane.
It's insane.
He was peppered. 17 targets. That's insane.
Yeah.
And Zeke is just auto also,
Carry on. Zeke's RB1 in my opinion. Zeke is just he's the RB1 in the league. I think this guy's gonna be a monster this year.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Catching it and 4 yards away from a 27 monster effort. From a 30.
What a fucking schedule he has also. Look at this schedule.
You guys are gonna blow it up.
Oh
you guys are gonna blow it up. Atlanta, it's like running a hot knife through butter. Crazy.
But he's got no depth here now. I know Cortland Sutton was hurt, but he has no RB2. He has really. His WR2-3 is good on paper. I think that these are the two guys I think that were the sneaky they look good, but DJ Moore and Cortland Sutton don't excite me. Obviously Cortland Sutton didn't play, so I can't say that. But DJ Moore coming in even I thought was just so overrated.
Right. Now with the emergence of Robbie Anderson, you might be a little nervous here, with those guys with an even split in, attempts, etc., and throw twos. So, kind of crazy there.
RB2 is the biggest problem.
I personally think a lot's going to tell from his QB situation. I don't think Brady's a bona fide 1 by any means. I think he's a high-end QB2. Yeah. And Drew Lock, everybody's expecting. I've been hearing a lot that he's money. Fuck this guy, I don't think he's in the system where he's gonna be airing shit out and stuff like that. That's not Denver, They have a 2-headed monster and Lindsey and Gordon. I don't know what Lindsey's injury is, but they run the ball and then he goes vertical to Noah Fant, Next.
Yeah, exactly.
But by the way, nice pickup, $3 pickup Noah Fant. Who got him?
I forgot who got him. But anyway, on this team, I would say panic though.
Panic. Really?
I don't like his team at all. I think it's just he's got too many holes. But in the league with no flex, you should have an RB2, a decent RB2. You can't start Cam Akers. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, he's going to shut me up and have a great week this week, I'm sure. But
of course, because he's playing me. Everybody brings their A game. Everybody brings their A game.
Okay.
Before we go on to the next, we got a voice note.
Okay.
We got a voice note from Mike C.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
it's like running a hot knife through butter.
How?
It's great.
JB and Ogre, I think two of the premier teams in this league. I'll be honest with you. I think, we talk a lot about Mike C, but best team on paper in fantasy, JB.
For sure.
JB.
For sure.
You got Dacky Duke Kangaroo and Josh Allen. This guy, Josh Allen, you did it. No? You did it.
Yeah.
What? How much did you spend on him?
I don't know too much, they said, but he played the Jets. That's hard for me to get excited. Hard.
Dude, he does it with his legs.
He looks great.
Career high.
He's a better Cam Newton. He's a better Cam Newton,
Yeah, he's just, you know what it is? He excites me a lot. I don't want to talk about my team like he said. He excites me, but then when he has a wide open receiver in the end zone and throws the ball 10 feet over his head, he's just so frustrating. But
he has a lot of juice. He has but then he makes some awesome throws also, And he loves like a little screen pass to John Brown, and John Brown takes it to the house. It's crazy. Like, it's a great system that he's in at Orchard Park.
Diggs there, stretching the field.
Yeah, stretching the field. It's really, it's exciting. I'd love to trade you, do a package Michael Thomas for Josh Allen type guys,
That's a nice idea.
So let's see if we can take it offline. And then let's talk about your let's take so and then the compliment to that is Dak Prescott. Those are two QB1s, bona fide. Like Josh Allen, worst case scenario, he's what, a QB9? That's a QB1. And then Dak Prescott's a top 3 QB. So he's got two QB1s. His receiving core, Godwin, Thielen, and Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson disappointed a little because of the fumble.
He's a superstar.
But he's a superstar in the making. Superstar in the making.
Ben loves him.
Ben loves him. And Thielen, oh my God, the rapport that he has with Kirk. And Godwin, perfect.
It's a crazy team.
Crazy receiving core. That's a strength. And then his running backs, Chris Carson,
solid.
Not flashy, but the best guy in the world,
solid. So solid.
And then Eckels with Eckler. This team's a great team. A great effing team.
Yeah.
And don't sleep on Waller, and you got special teams all worked out.
I got lucky to play him the first week.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a great matchup, Jay.
Great matchup. Really great matchup. This was a blow-for-blow matchup. I think, moving. So, Jay, really great managerial job, you and AB. Let's see how it shakes out. Definitely in the cream of the crop with Mike C, Ogre, and guys like that. Ogre going to your team. Carr and Breeze. Breeze was frustrating. He was frustrating me.
Breeze looked bad.
Yeah,
Breeze looked bad.
He was fine. His first game. He's
looks like he doesn't have the arm strength. Looks like he can't make the throws. The guy's really pissing me off. Let's see. This CEH, Carl Edwards Hilaire, I think he's money. No.
He was running powerful. The guy didn't even have a catch. He's known to be a pass catching back, and he still put up 22. The guy, he's phenomenal. I mean, obviously, I watched every minute of that game. This guy was outstanding, and I think you have two bona fide RB1s on this team. I was skeptical of Jacobs coming in, but I mean, I think 3 rushing touchdowns sort of shuts me up quickly. This is gonna. I think Gruden he's gonna start running the ball. Gruden's grind this year, but you're looking at a guy who can run, he can catch, he can do everything. He stays healthy. This guy is the offense. He's like basically McCaffrey 2.0. So he was phenomenal. He was really great. So you have two potential top 5 running backs on this team, which is always strength. His quarterbacks I think suck. I'm sorry, Ogre. I think you're at the bottom 3 in the league in quarterbacks. But their floor is better than most other guys. I mean, they're not going to put up 6s or 7s. But Dan, you are the cream of the crop. I'll tell you that. You definitely are the cream of the crop.
We got to find out if there's any. But by the way, I just want you to know, heck of fun tonight from the lair with Toasty from the lair. It's just amazing. So much insight. Jakey just unbelievable, dissecting each team. Everybody playing their role. Just tremendous stuff. But what we really got to get involved is more I love the like. Voice note us your questions, and we'll answer them live on the show. Voice note, what do you want us talking about on the airwaves? Tucking you in, getting you ready for a neek, something, whatever it is.
I agree with that.
And there's no screening; it's all live.
It's all live. It's all
no screening.
live.
I can't listen to it before.
Yeah. By the way, something's gonna leak. Thank God. Thank God I didn't really publish it. Didn't make it through pre-pro. The spending like a nig segment on the waiver wire. We had to. Because if that leaks, it's trouble with the Black Lives Matter movement. So, in any event, quickly, just to tie up the show, let's go to Week 2 predictions. Who comes out victorious?
Yeah, really quick.
Week 2 kicking off tomorrow night. Right back at you. Love it. Love a show Wednesday night. Taking you into, putting Week 1 behind us and looking at Week 2 in front of us. Quickly.
Rosh
Ogres.
Hashanah definitely putting a damper on this week, though.
You're right.
Definitely putting a damper on this,
It's terrible.
Got to have your lineup set from, not everybody, you can adjust your lineups, but there's no pickups, obviously, for the whole weekend. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, pick up the kickers,
The
pick up the
Shomer
kickers.
Shabbos crowd is going to have a tough time with the lineup with decisions. That's going to be interesting. You may have to hire a Shabbos Goy to make some roster adjustments. Roster adjustments are legal. You just can't make pickups.
Correct, and I'm leaving you on an island. If anybody wants, it's going to take $100 for me to adjust your lineup for you on Rosh Hashanah. I'm going to do mine. That's some good insight. Rojo Mojo Kaskisi against Ogre. What are we thinking here? Predictions.
2 0-1 teams.
2 0-1 squads, desperate for a win. Kaskisi in the 11th hole. Ogre snake bitten, put up points in the 7th hole. Kaskisi's desperate. If you go, I think Kaskisi falls to 0-2 here. I think Ogre is the better team right now, playing better. And you put Kaskisi into, but he shows up. I think he had a 102 last week. I think he hits projection and goes for a 125.
Interesting. I think Ogre's going to win this also. Ogre's in prime T's DK position. He's got 4 or 5 players playing at night, Sunday night on. His 2 quarterbacks are playing Monday night, so that's going to be exciting. DK is going to probably come in with like a 50-plus point lead, and it's not going to happen.
That's going to dwindle.
For sure. The way I spoke about DK's team, I can't call him for give him a win right now. No way. I go over.
I think we all buried his team really, and that he'll be panicking come week 2 after this. So we all give him the loss. Check mark Ogre's team. All 3 analysts. We should also we should also be accountable for the picks and see what our records are from the show. Let's bring ourselves to the next one. JB against Irv. Wow, the 2 versus the 9. I think JB really. This is the wrong team for Irv to run into. Coming off of the 0-1, I think he has a very stellar effort, but JB is just too much. I think we have a question coming in from Kaskisi.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Bury me, baby. Bury me.
Okay.
Oh, we need your questions. We want some questions, or some guesses.
We gotta do it in between segments.
What do you, Jake? Actually, Jakey's in this matchup, so Ogre, you take it away here.
I think Jakey's got this. This is automatic. I think Ishev's team is. It's not gonna be good with Wentz and.
How come I thought he's Irv? I thought Ishev's Irv. My bad. I'm lit. I'm toasty. I'm
Well,
sorry.
Ed
Guy Jack said I'm sorry. But yeah, I do think Ed Guy's receivers just show up again and again.
By the way, we didn't spend a second on Ed Guy's team. That's why we're not familiar with them.
So let's spend the time on this team. How do we do that to the guy?
Yeah.
It's terrible. So let's go through. And plus, I think he performed. We said from before he performed. Go to his matchup.
Yeah, he had a good week. He played Mike C, so we forgot about him.
Right. Oh, Mickey Ed Guy and Jack said.
So what's very interesting about this team, I think, is that their top guys perform. So, is this their peak? Is this the best this team could play? Because you had, Julio and DeAndre Hopkins. Woods had a decent game. So all 3 receivers had a good game. Woods had a good game. They all had a good game. Aaron Jones did what I think is Aaron Jones' good game is going to be this year. He scored touchdowns. He played well. So the top 4 players there did well. Okay, Wentz and Rivers are a tough QB tandem. They're just not a great QB tandem. And Wentz looked that team looked bad.
Yeah. Ertz backfired on him right now, just week 1. He's got to be more of the dominant force. He's looking for Ertz to be the Mark Andrews, and have him play as a receiver. Singletary, I think, the Zach Moss guy is a problem. He's a problem.
Yeah.
So I think RB2 is an issue for this team, and I think QB is an issue for this team. I don't think Wentz knows what he's doing. He's very, But that being said, it's a tough matchup against the Redskins. Somebody picked up Redskins D, I think Zeke did, and it's a good pickup because they could rush the passer, man. They could rush the quarterback. Wentz is prone to make mistakes. I don't love Wentz in the QB1, but that's what's going to define his season because he has great receivers. He has and Aaron Jones at the running back slot could be a RB1.
Let's see what happens with Malcolm Brown. And Malcolm Brown is obviously going to be a huge factor.
Great pickup.
If Malcolm Brown is big, then he's RB2 solidified. If Malcolm Brown is not, then different stories. A lot of guys in that backfield, but he does have Malcolm Brown who had a great week. So he might have found his RB2, but let's see. Let's find out.
You got to think also in that system, in that Rams McVay system, the backs always produce. And Malcolm Brown has always had the talent. Everybody's, anytime he went to spell Gurley, he's bona fide, man. That's a great effing pickup. And I think he gives Angry Aaron, that's traded is next week now. Okay, let's go to Ed Guy. I think Ed Guy's going to perform next week, but who does he run into? That's the problem.
JB, that's
the problem.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Yep.
So he gets handed. I think Ed gets handed another loss in tough fashion because he does perform. I think he scores a 140, but JB scores like a 150.
Yeah.
We have a 12-second voice note that just came in from DK. I think we should pop that on.
How?
Question for the panel. Who's your early Super Bowl matchup and pick in HFFL, not NFL? HFFL Super Bowl matchup and champion.
Let's go.
Love that question. Love that cue.
Right? Should we finish the matchup? The picks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's finish it.
Hazi, you got to answer a viewer's question right on the spot. I feel, he's gripped. He's finally here. We're gonna lose him live.
Yeah, because I'm sure Kaskisi won't take advantage of that if he answers.
Right. But I think my Super Bowl matchup is JB, and he's playing. I think he's playing Angry Aaron. JB against Angry Aaron. I'm gonna chalk this one up, and JB wins.
Wow. Little recency bias in the standings. I blew the top two scores from last week. I think it's a long season. It's so crazy to think because I look at this whole thing and I think who's going to be on Over's team in 5 weeks. It's all I ever think about. There's no way this is going to be.
It's a way to think about.
I know they're going to get mad, but I see Minshew finally making the finals. I see Minshew making the finals with this team. I think it's a really good team. And I can't see a Mike Minshew finals, no way. But maybe, maybe, I don't know who the second. I can't pick myself, obviously. But you know what? I'm going to pick myself. I'll pick myself against Minshew, and I think Minshew wins the championship. I think Eddie Rani and Sam win the championship this year. I really.
That was going to be my pick exactly. Just write that down. That was going to be my pick exactly. JB versus Minshew, and Minshew takes it for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you have Ed Rani in. That's unbelievable.
His team is great.
His team's great, yeah.
His
team is great.
Lamar Jackson will push you through the whole thing. He'll sway 50 points a week.
He's phenomenal. I mean, obviously injuries could play a part, but that's a great team.
As we said before, so JB against Mashiach.
Yep.
And Minshew winning.
Yep.
Okay.
Right, back to matchups.
Great question. Back to matchups.
What are you up to? Aloris, Angry Aaron.
Take it away, Olger. And Jay.
What do we got? Angry Aaron. Okay.
This is a nasty matchup.
Detroit.
I like Mike C in this. Just
I like Mike C also in this. Only because, I feel like Galladay back, against Green Bay, big divisional matchup. I think he really shows up if healthy. That 11 is deceiving at a Galladay. Ridley also, I think his receivers do it. I love this team's receivers. If that's contradictory to what I said earlier in the show, I don't think it is. So we'll have to pull up the tape. But I really like his receivers. I really do.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out the bank tomorrow night. Mixon and AJ Green against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to come up with that lead again, like he did last week. That crazy lead. Not like that, but he's going to come come with the lead.
So you got an angry Aaron in this one.
I think Rodgers is going to regress this week and against Detroit, but I think that Garoppolo's going to have a big week playing the Jets. I mean, I think we're going to all go Mike C this time. So
I like Mike C here. I like Mike C here because I think, Baker has a tough time versus Cincy on Thursday night, and I think his receivers are just very, very tough right now. Don't love what I see.
The only thing is we don't pay attention to him really staff to start. His special teams. Al's got some great special teams this week. Tucker, and then in the Dome, and then having San Francisco against the Jets. I think that's a potential for a lot of months. But I still go Mike C. Just looking at the overall team.
Absolutely. That's a good point on the special teams because they should be teeing off against they're 0-1, bad showing, and now they have the Jets to feast on with Adam Gase, on the hot seat. So I like that call out a lot. Bego Burrow versus Plotters. What are we thinking here, J-Dog?
Bego Burrow, so Dano versus Plotters here.
Currently?
Yeah. The whole time, look at this.
Oh, we have a consistent audience on the show. That's big news. Big news. Really a lot of flowing gas, just a lot of insight. Also, I think just.
I like Plotters. I like Plotters this week. I think Brady's going to bounce back, and I like Plotters.
What do you think?
No, I like Dan this week. I think Matt Ryan and Dallas are going to have a shootout. Juju Smith he's going to go back to prime. Kamara is going to be amazing without Michael Thomas. I think he's going to get 8 to 12 catches a game.
Okay, just dump it.
And Jonathan Taylor, are you ridiculous? Jonathan Taylor
sucks. That guy, Jonathan Taylor sucks. But okay, Joey B. I need Joey B.
He's going to be good.
Yeah, I loved what I saw from him. I'm not going to give up on this guy.
So I got Dan. You got Nate. Who got?
Jay's got Nay, and I got me.
No, you don't pick.
You're right. Okay, back to the.
Split on that.
What was the next one? Minshew.
Versus Trader
and Irv. What? This is matchup of the week, no?
Matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week. Miles Sanders is back for Irv. Gallup, Allen, A-Rob, just WR2s to low end 1s to WR2s so two bona fide 2s in Robinson and Allen. Allen might be a lower end 1. And then Gallup, I think, is also a 2. No?
Yeah.
And then you have Mahomes, just unbelievable. Daniel Jones doing what he does. He has a tough time against Chicago, so that might be gazy, Ingram's just got to catch the ball and not have stone hands. And then Henry and Miles Sanders, I love his backs. Over to Minshew, Lamar's just unbelievable. Brown, Chark, Metcalf, leaving a lot to be desired for Al Pallett is what we said. They have the ability, but let's see, if Metcalf could replicate the 17, Chark's got to do better than his 9.5, and Brown with the 5. Let's see him show up. And Chubb and Mostert, like it, really do. Andrews and Minshew. I give it to Minshew here.
This is gonna be so close. This is gonna be a crazy close matchup. But I got Irv on this. I think Irv's gonna pull it out with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Lamar. I'm gonna go with Minshew. I think Lamar is a better matchup against Houston than Mahomes is against the Chargers. So.
He sees you one better. He's the only guy that could go toe to toe with Mahomes. Jackson and Mahomes. The only other guy might be Dak. And they're even in the cut above those 1-2.
So lucky to see these two quarterbacks play.
Crazy. It's gonna be a treat. But we're not watching them because it's fucking Rosh Hashanah. But we're watching them. I don't know. Whatever.
All right. Next, what do we have next? We have Matthews.
Matthews and Usual Suspects going to be good. Also, I think, dude, I just think it possible to pick Matthews just from any standpoint. And I go Isaac because, just like him more,
I don't see Matthews breaking 80. I don't see him breaking 80. It's crazy.
One thing that I want to talk about Matthews, I really respect their...
So biased.
But you got to also respect that they're always in it. These guys are always, I guess... Don't hate the player, hate the game type of thing. I'm a little envious that they're just always in the thick of it. And I really just on a side note need to see Zeke fight Mike C. When can we settle this?
Yeah. I think Zeke is serious. Zeke will fight. I think Mike is full of shit. But I do think Zeke will fight. I think Zeke's up for the fight.
I think he will too. I think he
Zeke
will
went to
too.
like Morrow for like 2 years. You know, Zeke knows how to fight, man. He's got the brass knuckles and all that shit.
Yeah, I think we really are underestimating Zeke. I really, you know, I think the guy,
Yeah.
if angry enough, it's a matter of will Zeke take it seriously enough, you know, and will
Oh, no,
Mike
no,
C
Zeke will
take it
definitely
seriously enough.
Zeke will take it seriously. I think Zeke will throw the first. I think Zeke will throw a punch, and then it
Will Mike
just
C?
face it.
Will Mike C? Yeah, if you poke the bear, Mike C, he'll fucking go crazy, you know. But I don't think Mike C wants to be fighting right now.
I think Zeke will do a little, you know, like Money Mayweather, run around a little bit, you know, tie Rock Mike, just let him throw punches and back off, and then just take it to him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about the dog in the fight. I think it's about the fight and the dog, and
That's
I
what I
think
said.
Mike C is gonna just
Yeah, Mike C.
Obliterate him.
not obliterate, but
But edge him out. Edge him out.
Yeah, edge him out.
So who do we got here? Suspects against Matthews is Ogre.
I told you, I think Matthews is not gonna break 80. I think
Okay. So
I
use
think-
suspects.
Yeah, suspects. Yeah,
Suspects. Jakey?
easily.
Matthews.
And I got suspects. Okay. HFFLers, that's our show. Was happy to be at the lair. Unbelievable. God willing, we
Did we
come.
pick Ogre's matchup? Ogre DK?
Yeah, we did that first.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Take us out, baby. HFFL!
HFFL.
Okay.
BLM. Bye bye.